What's up, guys? It's Michelle Boyd. If you're like me, you are jonesing for a serious Game of Thrones fix. It's been a couple months now since the finale. I need my fantasy fix. I just need it. Westworld just dropped and Luke Cage just dropped, both of which are awesome, but I would really call both of them more sci-fi than I would fantasy. So I thought I would do a video about something that I think might be a little bit more important in upcoming season, even though we haven't heard any mention of him in the show yet. I also wanted to bring you a video because I haven't done one in a little while, and I can also let you guys know what happens to wings when you don't have anywhere to hang them up. They get put on the back of your door. And again, just like pretty much all of my videos, here there be spoilers. Archmaester Marwyn. Now, Archmaester Marwyn is one of the headmaesters in Old Town, where Sam went all Belle and the Beast library at the end of season 6. He's known in Old Town as Marwyn the Mage because he is one of the only maesters who actually studies magic. He travels the world, he speaks all different kinds of languages. He's kind of a bit of a badass outsider. By the way, he's been mentioned before. Michele. Remember her? She was the one behind all the crazy death magic in the tent that killed Dany's baby all the way back in season 1 and left our beloved Khal Drogo a shell of a man. Michele actually trained with Archmaester Marwyn when he traveled to Asshai and they opened up a body together. So romantic. Or what about this guy? Yup. Qyburn also studied with Archmaester Marwyn. So Marwyn is kind of the man behind the Franken Mountain. Yes. So far, we've only really heard about this guy in the books. There's actually a really big conspiracy about the magic in the world dying out and dragons dying out to begin with because the Maesters were behind it, and the Maesters wanted to wipe out all the magic in the world, and that meant dragons. Except for Maester Marwyn. In the books, Sam meets up with Archmaester Marwyn and tells him about the Walking Dead crisis that's happening above the wall, and Archmaester Marwyn immediately starts heading out for Meereen, where Dany still is in the books, to tell her about this. For me, I'm excited about that because that kind of feeds into my theory that the last big fight is going to be zombie versus dragon. I don't even care if there's any humans in that fight. I just want to see zombies versus dragons. Someone make that an iPhone app game right now. I will play it. Archmaester Marwyn also kind of has some magic of his own. These glass candles. Essentially, these candles are never able to be lit, and indeed, in order to become a maester, you're supposed to spend the night in a room with one of these black candles trying to get it to light, which no one can ever do, as sort of like your final test of maesterdomness. That's a term. But Marwyn has one of these candles, and it's burning. It is lit. When Sam goes to go meet Archmaester Marwyn, it's sitting there just chilling in a corner, all bright and shiny. The glass candles kind of work like a Lord of the Rings Palantir. You can use them to communicate with other people far away if they have their own glass candle. You can use it to see visions of different things, whether past or present or future. There's a whole other conspiracy about Quaithe, if you remember her with the badass face armor, also from a couple seasons ago, that she also had one of these candles, and that's how she could appear to Dany in her dreams when no one else around her could see. As far as the fan reaction is concerned to Archmaester Marwyn in the books, everyone seems pretty divided about whether this guy is good or bad. Yeah, he listens to Sam and doesn't want to wipe out Dany's dragons, so yay, but he also carves up a buttload of people and is responsible for teaching Qyburn how to bring people back from the dead. That doesn't exactly seem like a walking in the light kind of guy. Now, the main reason that everyone is speculating that this guy is going to play a major role in the upcoming season is, first of all, Samwell just made it to Old Town. You gotta be introduced to a couple new characters in there. There are casting calls for the upcoming season that call for a priest with moral authority and gravitas, plan for a white actor with a received pronunciation accent, and a characterful face. To me, and to a lot of people who read ahead in the books, this sounds an awful lot like Archmaester Marwyn. And while it hasn't been confirmed yet that this is the role that he's playing, there is casting news that Jim Broadbent has been cast for season 7. You may know Jim Broadbent from such films as Harry Potter. He was Professor Slughorn. He was Boss Tweed in Gangs of New York. And he was Harry Ziedler in Moulin Rouge. Basically, he's a fantastic freaking actor, particularly good at playing people who tread the line between good and evil. I'm pretty psyched about this upcoming season. Assuming the next book does not come out before the next season, we're gonna be completely in the dark. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited about the hints of that final battle being zombie versus dragon. And I'm pretty psyched to see Jim Broadbent playing a role on one of my favorite shows. I love him, so super psyched. If you guys think that there's any other character he might be playing, leave it in the comments below. If there's any other kind of intro character thing you want me to kind of go into before the next season starts, leave that below. Like and subscribe. Now that my Screen Junkies show, Watching Thrones, is in hiatus, you can still catch me over at Screen Junkies occasionally doing their TV fights, and be doing some stuff with Geek and Sundry coming up very soon. Thank you very much, and hopefully this helped assuage your fantasy Game of Thrones withdrawal symptoms. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! That calls for a venerable priest? That's a totally different thing. How do you pronounce that? Venerable. Fuck it, I'm just saying priest. Planned for a white actor with a received pronunciation accent and a characterful. Venerable and characterful. You're just fucking with me now.